Wild Times. There it is. There it is. Woo, woo.
Wild Times, here we go.
Wild
Podcast with the boys.
Yes.
I'm your host, Forrest Galante, the broologist. Joining me today on my left, stage right, Papa P himself.
Hello.
Patrick DeLuca, the producer.
Let's get right into it, man.
Well,
I mean, you can introduce him.
Yeah. And also Peter is here.
That's very kind of you, but you forgot Charlie. He's right there.
I'm
It's your
terrified of
immediate left. Happy
Yeah.
to be here. It's the holiday season.
Yeah.
Got my fat tire.
Yeah.
Cheers to that. That's
Pop
right.
this
Get your
guy.
fat tire, you lazy
Cheers.
piece of...
I love this
Shut
time
up.
of year. I really do. Mid-December.
Yeah, baby.
Feels like it's all happening.
You know why?
Everything's very cozy right now.
It's because it's like you're at an airport. Time doesn't matter in December. You can have a beer at 9 a.m. You can sleep late. You can go.
That's so
it just
true.
doesn't matter.
There's-
It's like you're at an airport the whole month of
There's
December.
there's a definite vibe when people are out of work for days in a row. That like
Yeah.
everybody, it's just like the weekend, but for a whole month.
Dude, in the entertainment industry, basically Thanksgiving's the end of the year.
the end of the year.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
nobody's returning emails. Everyone's fucking off.
That's why you've been so
it's
happy
crazy.
lately.
Absolutely.
How many Christmas trees do you have now? Do you get one a day or just one a week?
You
No.
must have so many by
I
now.
have two. They
Yeah.
look great. One on either side of the TV. two 7-footers. One's real. One's fake.
Wow.
Nice.
Look at that.
Well
Got
done.
the colored bulbs on one.
Yeah.
That's right.
Got the white lights on the other one. It's great.
Both fluorescent or incandescent lights?
No. Like the small little white lights.
Okay.
But yeah, it's pretty fun. I got a good little magic trick going.
Yeah. What's that?
Well, I got a remote, this little thing. It was like $20 on Amazon
Okay.
that you plug into your outlet so you don't have to climb behind your tree to
Sure.
plug the lights in and
Sure.
out. You just turn it on with a remote.
Yeah.
Oh, very nice.
But my 3-year-old doesn't know about the remote.
of course.
So I've convinced the 3-year-old that she has Christmas magic and she
Oh,
can
it's
just talk to the tree.
That's
And
so
it
good.
turns on.
Yeah.
Flickers.
Yeah, because I've like
got.
got it in my pocket. I'm
Yep.
like, I've been wanting the lights on all day. Can you turn the lights on? She'll be like, Tree, can you please turn the lights on? And then I turn them on. She goes, ah!
It's so good.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet.
Oh,
It's a little joy. It's a little joy.
That's
That is a
good
little joy.
Yep.
It made me joyful.
Okay, do you have any holiday little joys before we get into animal stuff?
I mean, there's a
Drinking.
million. I've already talked about the candle. I mean, the candle's been rolling.
that's-
But, you know,
It's mandatory.
I've been through 3.
just-
I'm not joking.
here it is. And do this responsibly, but just drink
Eggnog.
the whole time.
Eggnog
No,
for breakfast.
not eggnog.
No, just listen to me. It has the
No.
word egg in it, which means it's a breakfast food. Eggnog for
What
breakfast.
does nog mean?
I don't know.
Ah.
Just put eggnog in your coffee, wake up, have some eggnog. Get the
Okay.
I think it's Williamson eggnog. So you got a green label.
Oh, it's like
delicious.
Don't
it's like a
brand drop
fancy
it.
one.
Yeah. No, I'm
Yeah.
telling you, I think it's called
What do you guys
Williamson. I'll
put
brand
in?
drop
What do
all
you
I
guys?
like.
What alcohol do you guys put in
Brandy.
your nog? Brandy.
Yeah, it's got to be brandy.
What about? I thought rum was.
Kyle,
in
look
there.
up Williamson.
I
Don't
will
listen to
say-
Peter. Look up Williamson eggnog. I'm telling you, this is the brand.
If you put rum in there, I feel like it really overwhelms. You don't get as much of a noggy flavor.
Evan Williams, that's it.
Sure.
The bourbon one. That's the one with bourbon in it.
Oh, it's already it's pre-made, with the
Pre-made.
bourbon?
That's what I'm telling you. You
Okay.
just put that in your coffee, put it in a cup on ice.
You know how I know
Delightful.
this
Put in
is
your
what,
oatmeal.
You know how I know this is the one he was going to pick? It's because it's the one that's directly eye level when you walk down the booze aisle.
Exactly
in the store.
right. Exactly
He's that
right.
guy. He falls for it all. Most
100%.
expensive,
Yep.
eye level, boom.
You got it.
They
Hey,
got
that's
you.
me.
They
Yep.
pay for that shit.
Let's
I'm going
get
into Bevmo. It's got a nice green Christmassy label. It's all pre-mixed. I don't have to think about it. It lasts like 11 years on the shelf. Like, even though it has cream products in it, makes no sense.
Let's
Yeah.
get into some news,
it's
some
good for
animal
you.
news.
What's in the
Yeah, baby.
Sir, news from the underground.
This is what people come to this podcast.
What's in the news,
Or-
Papa P?
They want to hear it.
There are zombies on the loose.
Uh-oh.
What? During the holidays?
Sounds like Peter News.
There are zombies on the loose in Yellowstone National Park, believe it or not.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
What?
Zombie bears?
No,
Somebody
that's
get
it.
killed?
I have no context for this. Just
Moving
there are
on.
zombies. No, in Yellowstone, they've reported their first case of zombie deer disease, also known as
What's that?
chronic wasting disease.
CWD, chronic wasting disease. Yeah.
What-
They're
What's
saying
going on
about
with this?
15% of the mule deer population in Yellowstone have this disease, which is called by something called a prion. It's like a protein,
Oh, yeah.
infectious protein
Yeah.
that causes drastic weight loss and zombie-like behavior.
Yeah, they get like super low energy and they start like stumbling around. So they're like slow motion. That's why they call it zombie disease. So
Right.
when they start wasting away, this protein makes it so that they're just like completely like dazed and out of energy, and then they're just like, and they'll like walk into the side of a car or
Yeah.
right into a tree, and
Pro-
it's pretty sad.
Have you ever
because
seen an animal in person?
I have, yeah. I've
Really?
seen deer with wasting disease.
Interesting.
And I haven't seen them in that state. I've seen the whole like zombie state online, but I've seen them dead from it, and they're just a shell of the animal, like ribs sticking out, hip bones sticking out,
Sad.
like all sunken in face.
Interesting.
Like they literally waste away in front of you.
So like mad cow disease, I think is also
is.
caused by prions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's typically from when the cows eat cow. When,
Because that's
Right,
how you
there's-
get it. It's a weird thing. So there's no cure for any prion disease as far as I know. So if you get it, you're effed.
You're
But
toast.
so it's like if they eat the brain of another cow, they'll get it because it's like it does something about folding proteins in a weird way.
Well, it spreads through body fluids. So I think with cows, it's not because the like misconception about mad cow disease was like they're going crazy from cannibalism.
Right.
Which, of course, it's not good. You shouldn't feed a cow,
Right.
especially when they're herbivores. But that's not what it actually is. It's that the disease, which I'm not really sure what the foundation of it is, spread through bodily fluids. So if you eat the blood or the plasma or the saliva or anything like that of another animal, it spreads
Yeah.
to that new animal. And so same thing with deer. So the deer will lick a leaf or chew a leaf, and then another deer will come along and eat it, and it's now transmitted that disease.
Yeah,
Yeah.
prions are super scary. Look them up if you've never. It's like terrifying. If a prion got into like the human population and was like highly contagious, be 20 million times worse than COVID.
I mean, someone who's listening right now will probably be the creator of HBO's next zombie series
Yeah.
And it'll
because
have
they
to do with
use the
prions.
mushroom spores for
Yep.
The Last of Us.
Which was great, by
Next
the way.
one is prions, cannibalism,
Yeah.
mad human
Yep.
disease.
Mad
The-
human disease, MHD.
Causes you to get mad.
Yeah.
What do zombies do? They're fucking pissed.
They're
furious.
Yeah.
Very lazy though and tired.
Some
evidently.
not in The Walking Dead, or not The Walking Dead. Was it the
the Last
Last
of
of
Us.
Us? No, they're like pretty fast in The Last of Us.
What? So what is 15%? Seems that's a lot. Like about. Do you
That
have any idea how
seems
many
high.
deer are out there? Is that like thousands and thousands of deer? Do you think
I'm
It's
in
sure-
hundreds of
Yellowstone?
thousands,
Sure,
probably
hundreds of
millions of
thousands.
deer.
That's crazy.
Deer.
Did you guys hear about this? There's
Sorry, go ahead.
another disease that's spreading furiously across the U.S. This is like a PSA too to
The dog one.
take care of your dogs, man. Like there's some contagious. It's basically dog COVID that's going around in the U.S. It's now in like 20 states or
don't know
something
about
like
this.
that.
Yeah, it's starting to get more active in California.
Yeah, and it's like
It's a respiratory
it's like dogs.
disease.
You basically have like a 50-50 shot of surviving.
Oh,
it.
you're joking.
And it's like I'm not.
They have
sending
no
my
idea
dog to-
what it is, what causes it. But they're like, yeah, I saw in California, there's like suggesting potentially even like closing dog parks.
Can I go off on a little rant here?
Yeah,
Just
of course.
one more thing. Be careful if you're boarding your dog over the holidays. Legit. Be
Yeah.
careful.
Don't
Yeah.
lose your dog.
Don't.
That'll make
It's
me cry.
horrible.
We're doomed.
You think?
Yeah.
Sounds like it from the
No.
beginning of
Us
this
three or
podcast.
the humans?
No, I think we're actually pretty solid.
Okay.
But humans are definitely doomed. This is okay. I'm gonna go off on like a Peter level.
Well, I've been saying this
Tangent here.
for decades.
Well, right, but you're a loon, so
That's true.
I'm gonna go off on a slightly more coherent rant.
Okay.
I'm very
Okay.
coherent.
I firmly believe that when we get to a certain capacity where the population density of everything is too strong, Mother Nature fights back by creating all of these things that we think we can overcome. But
Sure.
basically, it's just the same as whatever happens in any colony. When the colony gets too large, nature, Mother Nature, God, call it whatever you like. Call it religion, call it karma, call it whatever you like. Fights back to reduce that population so that things stay in equilibrium.
Yeah.
That's what's happening right now. COVID, fucking dog disease, wasting disease, all these things are like, they're just like all popping up all of a sudden.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, we've been very good at combating them and creating cures and vaccines and whatever else. We're going to get, in my opinion, very soon, like in our lifetime, to a point where we cannot combat these things.
You know, I have
and we're gonna see a
generalized
huge-
anxiety disorder, right?
I don't know what that means.
I mean, shut the fuck up. We're not gonna die, dude. Relax.
You're going to. I'm not.
just
I'm
kidding.
great. You're going to die.
Yeah, I mean, so the end of times is coming, is what you're saying.
I believe that Mother Nature, God, the universe, whatever you want to call it, is fighting back because we're destroying the planet.
You're saying
so
there
much.
needs to be a homeostasis, right?
Right.
Yes.
So whether it's deer or too many humans, there's just the resources are limited. we overproduce.
Correct.
So do deer. So do other things that don't have enough predators.
Right.
And it just something happens to bring balance.
And it's all interconnected.
And you think humans are currently at a point where the planet is going, all right, 9 billion's crazy. Let's get back down to like
exactly
3.
right. Exactly right. And Elon Musk is fighting that because he's the one. I don't know if you guys saw. He like said a thing where he's like, "Oh, maybe you can find this, Kyle." He's like the Earth could easily sustain like 3 times the current population.
Oh, that's just because he wants to continue having kids. He's got like 20 kids. Fucking
yeah. Well, he
Elon.
can afford to. But
I don't care. It's ridiculous. He's
doesn't-
part of the problem.
It doesn't really matter. It's
But
just,
I was gonna
it's
say,
coming.
dude,
it's coming. The collapse is coming.
all of us woo-woo people have known this for ages.
What's
man.
a woo-woo people?
You know, like you say I'm like the woo-woo guy.
Yeah.
This is the yin and the yang that Confucius speaks about. Actually, I don't know if it's really Confucius. But
Sounds good though.
Confucius say that the yin and the yang, man, everything must have balance. And I'll say even in our mentality and everything, dude, there's such a shift. Everything's like so polarized. So it's not just even like the world and like the earth fighting against us. It's like people are like so polarized in opposite directions about everything, dude. There's no middle anymore. Like, how impossible is it to just be in the middle of anything?
No,
You're
you
going to be
can't.
attacked.
You
Like,
can't,
so
yeah.
one way or the other. Oh, you don't have an opinion?
Yeah.
What the hell? Like, it's like,
you have to be an
dude,
extremist. With
You know what's
everything.
interesting though? So like the U.S. in the 50s, which I guess was that technically the baby boom? That was kind of the beginning of the baby boom, right?
right after World War II, yeah.
Yeah.
So in the
So that would be the
50s,
early 50s.
the
Yeah.
average woman, what would you guess? The average woman in the 1950s, that whole 10-year period.
Yep.
How many kids per woman in the U.S. would you guess?
2.5.
Nah, I'm gonna go 4.
3.6
Yeah.
That's
nearly 4.
crazy.
in 2020. So it was 3.6 in the 50s. What
Yep.
do you think it's been so far, or in the year 2020?
Less than 1.
It's got, I mean, yeah, I would agree.
1.6.
1.6.
So from
okay.
3.6
Yep.
to 1.6 in a 70-year period
That's
is interesting.
huge.
Well, it's
drop.
it's interesting, and it's also a good thing, if you ask me.
Correct. Yeah.
We got skewered on the last podcast for talking about like population control, and she's like, "F off, dude." Like, I didn't
You
have
gotta stop
kids.
reading the comments, bro.
I didn't have kids until I was
What are you doing?
39. Like, all my friends like waited so much later and later. I don't think it's a bad thing. I mean, and also I'm like 2 and I am done. Like, I am not having any more kids, and that's even a controversial thing.
We
now.
saw your vasectomy text.
Yeah, we saw
we
that.
know.
I don't know if I can go through with it. It's scheduled for. It's scheduled
For
but,
when?
It's coming up in the next 2 weeks.
Oh, no
my
way.
God.
Wow.
Yeah, dude.
Also,
That's not-
dude,
I'm
you're
scared.
fucking up because we discussed this. We're gonna have a little V party.
Dude, my guy offers nitrous, laughing gas.
No,
Let's go.
but we talked
We
about
had a whole
our
plan.
wives approved that we could go somewhere for. They want us to get vasectomy so badly
Yeah.
that they
Listen.
said,
Yeah.
both of our wives
Yeah.
said, you can go on a vacation with your buddies for a
Okay.
week
Yeah.
if you do a vasectomy right.
Yeah.
okay, but here's the
So
thing.
if you get yours in fucking Simi Valley, I'm going to kill you.
okay, so
Yeah, don't do
here's
it. Don't-
here's the only problem with that.
Kyle's like, these guys are so
Dude,
old.
we could go to the Bahamas.
We go to the Bahamas and get discount bulk vasectomies. We could literally hold hands next to each other while
Yeah.
getting vasectomies.
That sounds fantastic, but I know both of you, you'll never move forward on it. It will never
Not
happen.
true.
You'll never do anything
true.
with
Guaranteed.
it. So I had to go ahead and do
Nope.
it myself.
You're lying to yourself in this
Yeah,
situation.
you're
I'm
I
gonna
brought it
snip
up.
your-
You're fucking
I brought
up.
it
I'm
up
gonna
with
snip
my
both
wife
your
this
ventricular
weekend,
goodness.
and she's like, "Are you and Pat still going to do that thing where you guys get a hotel and go somewhere?"
Your
for
wife doesn't want to have sex with you. She doesn't give a shit.
True, but that doesn't change the fact that we're getting.
All right,
vasectomy
moving
first.
on.
No, I nifty if you go get this vasectomy instead of taking advantage of a golden opportunity because she wants you to get it so badly, it's going to be very disappointing.
If
Yeah.
you don't shut up, I'm just going to snip my own dick off right now.
How
Promise?
do you? Yeah, I
Go
would,
get me the scissors.
dude. This video will get twice as many views if you do that.
Well,
It'll get
banned
like at
from
least
YouTube.
40 views.
How
if
did
you do
how
that.
did a conversation about the world ending turn into my vasectomy?
Yeah, it's all related.
That's what's great
It's all
about
related.
this podcast.
It's all related.
It's all
It's all
related.
connected.
so. Forrest, one of
Testicle wasting disease.
Transitioning back into
there's a
it.
news story. So so I'll start with this. I have a shoot coming up.
Yep. Pat, you remember that liquid IV stuff we'd always use on shoots?
Couldn't forget it.
Dude, here's a little holiday hack for you.
Okay.
Okay. In Santa Barbara, it doesn't matter what the year is. On December 25th, it's always like 98 degrees.
Okay.
It can be just like it is now, cold and frosty and perfect Christmas weather.
Yeah.
The day Christmas rolls around, it's 98 degrees, boiling hot.
Yeah.
Now, here's the problem with that. I wear a beautiful Christmas wrapping paper looking suit every year.
Yes, I've
Yeah.
seen the pictures.
Yeah. And I'm sweating my balls off. Holiday hack, little lemon lime liquid IV.
Delicious.
Stay hydrated for the holidays. That's my new thing.
Delicious.
Yep.
Yeah, we take them hiking with us.
Yeah.
Throw 5 or 6 of them in the pack. They're fantastic.
Always.
1 stick of liquid IV and 16 ounces of water hydrates better than water alone.
That's for
So
sure.
why wouldn't you want to do that?
Electrolytes.
Especially with all the booze that you're going to be
Oh, yeah.
drinking this holiday season.
That's
should
my
just-
only input here.
You should put it right into your eggnog.
I do- I do.
Hydrate while you dehydrate.
I do a nog and a liquid IV. Nog, liquid IV.
So smart.
Alternate.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
Grab
fucking
your
smart.
liquid IV hydration multiplier sugar-free in bulk nationwide at Costco. Or why don't you get 20% off when you go to liquidiv.com. Use the code WILD at checkout. That's 20% off anything you order when you shop Better Hydration today using promo code WILD at liquidiv.com.
Yeah. It's the holidays, guys.
It is.
We got
Best time of year.
we got these doers, and I haven't taken them off since Thanksgiving. I plan to wear them through Christmas. Never have to loosen the belt, do anything. They're so damn comfortable, these pants.
When you were upstairs, I walked in and told Pat that I literally went and bought a Doer t-shirt and got new Doer jeans. It's all I wear. It's my new favorite clothes.
No, my wife refers to these as just your pair of pants.
Yeah.
Because the garage is cold. I go in there to work out.
Yeah.
And then I just wear them the rest of the day. They're great. We absolutely love our Doer jeans, and
My
you will
favorite.
too.
Yeah.
They will make a great holiday gift for you and
You
for
have
those
to
on your
replace
holiday
them.
list.
It's slow fashion, right? They're sustainably made. They're well made. so it's not-
Antibacterial.
You're not buying those crummy jeans that cost like $28 that 6 weeks later they have holes in
Right.
them.
By the way,
These are
antibacterial for newborns is key.
Yeah,
I
my
gotta
kid
tell you.
Ralph
Love it.
all over me 8 times this morning.
Whoop,
Still
you're
wearing 'em.
Still wearing them.
Yeah.
Check out Doer's flagship stores in LA or Denver, or shop online at shopdoer.com/wild. Right now, our listeners can get 15% off when you use our special URL, shopduer.com/wild. You'll want to take advantage of this because Doer never goes on sale. Don't wait. Get 15% off. Go now to shopdoer.com/wild.
Be
And
a
then you can
doer.
look like Forrest Galante.
Mm.
You know?
Immaculate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect beard.
Why not?
At the end of January.
Okay.
Starting in Fairbanks, Alaska.
Wow, that's going to be cold.
Interior.
Yeah.
Fucking cold. You're
Yeah.
right.
End of
Freezing.
January, interior Alaska.
And
Ice
then
road
going all the
truckers.
way up that 500-mile highway up to the far north, like near Dead Horse.
Bro, you're going to die.
Bro. So I was like, all right, it can't be that. I know it's bad, and we filmed in a lot of cold weather. I'll be segueing to
You
the news
love
story
cold
here.
weather.
I do. So I'm not even talking about record.
Yeah.
Just in Fairbanks, which is warmer than where we're going.
Okay.
What would you guess the average daily high and low is in Fairbanks in January?
Oh, God. The high is probably 0. The low is probably -50.
That was close. 0 is the daily high.
Oh, wow. Really close. I was like, that's stupid. I was going to go like the high is like 12 or 18.
Yeah, no,
no.
0 is the average daily high.
Fahrenheit.
Fahrenheit. -15 is the average
Oh,
daily low.
Dude,
It can it's pretty common to get as low as in the -30s, like pretty frequently.
check these
That's
out.
going to be gnarly.
Dude, it's so, I mean, luckily you know how to dress for the cold. I think like a lot of people I know out here don't understand that even if you go to somewhere where it's just 30 degrees, when it gets down to 20, dude, it's like bone chilling. You must have on like,
Dude,
It's
like,
cumulative. though.
Yeah.
That's
the
right.
problem.
That's
is
right.
like for filming, like when we did Southern Rocky Mountain Wolf,
Yeah.
it just adds up.
It like eats into you. I
Yeah,
found
for
a really
sure.
good product. So I filmed in Anchorage in November, which is nothing like Fairbanks in January, by
Right,
the
right.
way. Like that's like baby Alaska.
Yeah.
Venture Heat. Kyle, pull this up.
Not a sponsor.
Not a sponsor. I'm just telling you for your own thing. Venture Heat gloves. So here's what it is.
Because the fingers and the toes are the issue.
That's the worst part. These are
Definitely.
heated gloves. They have a
dude,
little
look at that.
battery
They
in
look
them.
toasty.
And so you don't have to wear mitts where your fingers don't work, and you don't have to wear gloves that are so thick that you can't do anything.
Yeah,
Yeah.
these look
It's like
fly.
a normal thickness
They're sold
glove,
out except for double extra small, which actually might fit me.
But yeah,
Only
no.
if they were for your penis.
I'm telling you though, man, because for me the hands are the problem. My hands
Oh,
and
yeah.
feet
Once they get cold, dude, you can't move.
You can't
them.
do any, and
Can't do
that's
anything.
and that's like where the pain comes. Maybe I'm arthritic. I don't fucking know, but like,
Oh, yeah,
the
dude.
hands hurt, and then your whole day is ruined. Like your core, whatever. You put on a jacket, you move around, you warm up, but the appendages don't warm up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, these like battery powered heat things.
Mm-hmm.
For me, it was a game
I've
changer.
seen this a lot. That not only gloves, but they have like vests now.
The same company does all that stuff.
Yeah, super
I got
high
a jacket
quality.
and a pair of gloves from them.
I've never had an issue where my core is the thing that like makes
That's
me
true.
that sends me home for the
But-
day. It's like I'm going to take my boot off and my toes are going to be black.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you this. Science says that if you
Science.
wear the vest and it keeps your core, because your body is spending all of its energy
Right.
trying to keep your core
That's
warm,
true. Smart.
vital organs, your fingers and toes are going to get more of the heat down
Oh,
to
I
them.
didn't know that.
Yeah,
That's
That does
interesting.
make sense.
Yeah, it does make sense.
Um,
That's interesting.
But anyway, what got me on that tangent about Fairbanks is I was thinking about our Southern Rocky Mountain wolf shoot, and
Yep.
you know, there's some times where it got very, very cold,
Very
and wolves are in the news
thriving.
in California.
Oh, yeah?
really?
Yeah, yeah.
What's going on there?
Dude, they made it all the way down to San Luis Obispo County. That's the county north, two
Yeah.
north of you, one north of me,
Yeah.
right? Or
I didn't
wait,
realize that. That's crazy.
It's basically just above SoCal.
It's right above Santa Barbara. I can drive to San Luis Obispo County from my house in 30 minutes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
they were in San Luis Obispo
so
County.
there was like an
2 years ago.
inciting incident that led to the wolves migrating back to California.
I forget what it was. I think this was a. Oh, I see. There's a news story from now. I remember a year or two ago I posted about it. Kyle, maybe you can find it. Wolves made it to San Luis Obispo County. So basically, what happened was wolves were expatriated the whole way up the West Coast.
Yeah,
they were like
yeah.
gone, but there were
Right.
still lots of wolves in Canada.
Mm.
And then there were lots of
Wildfires, right?
wildfires, lots of collared animals up in Canada, all
Oh,
kinds of
okay.
things shifting. And they just sort of slowly started to come back down. So they were like tracking them. And it's like, oh, wow, they're in Washington. Oh, wow, they've come all the way down to Oregon. And then it seemed like they weren't going to go south of Oregon. And then I want to say a year and a half, 2 years ago, one or two packs like jumped all the way from Oregon down to Central California. Like they just fucking cruised down the Sierra Nevadas, like straight down into
Crazy.
Central
That's
California.
That's wild, dude.
Yeah, and I think they've gone back since. But yeah, here we go.
But these are not the Southern Rocky Mountain wolves.
No, these are your common gray wolf, but
So what's
Still amazing.
What kind of impact does this have on like the ecosystem down in California? Because this is not. Is it good?
incredibly positive.
It's good, yeah.
Yeah, there used to be wolves throughout this
Yeah, there
entire
should be
area. There
wolves.
should be wolves,
So what will it?
But of course, cattle ranchers are pissed.
of
right?
course.
But it's
yeah.
like,
Oh,
fuck
so they're
off.
trying to-
Sorry, fuck off.
yeah, they're furious. But
Do you-
like we were
yeah.
talking about chronic wasting disease.
Yeah.
This will mitigate chronic wasting disease
Ah.
because as soon as you have a deer that's impeded, it's not as capable.
Weak.
Wolf comes along, bam, gone.
Yeah.
No more passing on chronic wasting disease.
Yeah, yeah.
That's why you need predators in an ecosystem to keep that ecosystem healthy. Without the wolf there, without a mountain lion there, without a bear there, that deer then lumbers around getting sicker and sicker, passing on that disease to more and more other deer.
Yeah, I mean that's the reality of back to what you were talking about before. That's the reality of the situation is I feel like humans try to artificially recreate the solutions to all these problems that nature's already figured out 100
yeah.
years ago. It's just like, the wolves are coming back down. They're going to solve this problem. What do the ranchers probably want to do? Just euthanize all the deer or go out hunt them or something.
This is why we need one guy in every major city in the world with a machine gun who just walks around and goes, oh, that guy looks sick. Then there's no more disease.
no,
Yeah.
no,
COVID
no.
would have been great.
Yeah, that would have
Oh,
been the
yeah.
end of COVID.
I, I'm pretty sure that's what they did
So
in China.
but I don't quite understand. So according to the news that's recent that reporting on these wolves, are saying that there were wildfires in 2021 that created a favorable environment for the return of the wolves after
Yeah.
100. How I don't quite get the connection.
So I
there.
can explain that a little bit.
Okay.
So what happens is when there's no fires, because typically in California and Oregon, we mitigate fires. The second there's a fire, we put it out.
Mhm.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. When there's no fires, you end up with sagebrush habitat and really thick, dense habitat, which
Gotcha.
wolves do not like to inhabit. So first of all, that drives them out because they don't travel well through sagebrush and dense, overgrown habitat. Fires are natural. That'll typically knock that habitat back, and then you'll have more open grasslands. That's one. Part two of that is after a wildfire, you have incredibly fertile land that resprouts a bunch more nutrient-dense grasses and young vegetation that makes for a thriving ungulate population like deer and rabbits and things like
Gotcha.
that. So basically it changes the environment to be more open, which wolves are better predators in, and they're more capable of moving around in.
Yeah.
And it fuels the ecosystem in the food chain because there's way more baby animals, way more healthy deer, rabbits, things like that wolves can prey upon.
Got
so
it.
it's sort of twofold and allows them to cover more ground.
Do you see these as potentially becoming like you'll see wolves in your neighborhood?
No,
No.
never. No
Why?
way.
Because they don't
People
do
that
that
live
won't
in
be enough of
Montana
them.
don't see wolves in their neighborhood
because they're
You know what I
very
mean?
just sneaky, hanging out in the background.
It's just not what they do. They're elusive. They don't want to be near people. They choose to stay away from people.
They sound like
They're
me.
way different than coyotes.
Yeah,
that-
I was
in
gonna
that
say.
sense.
yeah.
And then their dog, like canines and coyotes, are near feline. Or
Nope,
am I-
they're both dogs.
Ah,
very
shit.
closely
They're
related.
very closely
was
related.
close.
But yeah, no, it is really cool. But yeah, and then I saw something kind of related to this. I'm not sure if it's been announced yet or not. Kyle, look this up while we're doing What's in the News. Reintroduction of the California golden grizzly.
Oh wow!
That's their-
Interesting.
Wait,
I
first
think-
tell me about the golden grizzly. What's this?
So if you look at, Kyle, before you pull that up, pull up the California state flag.
Yes.
This
Yeah,
is something that
There's
most people
certainly a
don't
bear
know,
on
which
No.
is insane, by the way. California Republic flag right there are literally the emblem of our state is an extinct bear
Oh,
that
wow.
once roamed through California, the golden grizzly. And if you like the photo to the right of the one that Kyle's on,
Yeah,
they've really embellished the gold.
sure.
But that is our state. That is our flag.
Yeah.
And it's representative of a subspecies of grizzly that only lived in California, known as the California golden grizzly bear. So it's a grizzly bear, not a brown bear, that had a very light golden yellowish coat.
Mm.
It was expatriated in, I don't know, Kyle would have to look it up. I want to say like the 20s.
yeah,
People came out here for the gold rush. There were grizzly bears. They're like, fuck that.
Yeah.
Shot them out as quickly as possible.
Right.
1922.
okay. So they're gonna reintroduce them.
Discovery. So this is kind of interesting. Look, less than 75 years after the discovery of gold in 1848, almost every grizzly bear in California had been tracked down and killed. Then the last one being killed in 1922.
Ugh.
But whatever. That's
Yeah.
that's the way things were. I'm
Right.
not condoning it.
No, okay.
But most people again don't even know this. They look at the California flag like, oh, cool, a bear. Like they don't even know.
Right.
that
I
we
didn't
don't have
know.
grizzly bears.
Yeah.
I don't know if Kyle's found the article or not here. There has somebody, and I know this because it happened at UCSB, managed to get some sort of permission to bring back California grizzly bears.
So
How-
they have the DNA just from pelts and things?
No, I don't even think it's a DNA. It was just a subspecies. And maybe Kyle will find the answer here. But I think basically what they're going to do is reintroduce light cinnamon colored
Oh wow.
grizzlies into Northern California and see if they can sort of bring that back.
Gotcha. Interesting.
Very cool.
Is that what you're finding there, Kyle? Do you have anything there?
Yeah, it says the California Grizzly Research Network plans to conclude its work in 2025 in reintroduction.
There you go.
Well, that's interesting. So they're gonna try and basically genetically breed
selectively breed. yeah.
selectively breed these back into
And
the
so where will they
population.
release, like the Yosemite
It's
area?
gotta be, yeah. I don't
Yeah.
know. It probably says here somewhere. I just sort of saw the headline that they were going to bring grizzlies back. That's great, dude. If we could have grizzlies and wolves and all these things back in California,
Hell
it's going
yeah.
to balance the ecosystem way more.
Especially for when none of us are here anymore. Which
Well,
will-
and
which will be
I mean,
soon,
everybody's like,
evidently.
"Oh, it's so dangerous. We can't do this." Blah 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 blah. They have all these
Why?
things in like half the states in the United States. You know what
Dude,
I mean?
I think it's
Montana,
like
Wyoming, they have all of it.
it's
Nobody has a problem with it.
badass to be like, oh yeah, we got wolves and bears in our state.
100%.
Yeah, I mean, we have black bears, but yeah, the fact that we
They're
had
pussies.
grizzly bears.
Yep.
Black bears are pussies.
10,000 grizzly bears at one point before the gold rush.
Yep.
Dude,
living in
a black
California.
bear will sit down at your campsite and have a meal with you.
I'd won Thursday of last week. Thursday was Thanksgiving. Tuesday of last week, I was driving home from rugby practice at 9:30, and yesterday I was texting with Mitch,
Cameraman, producer.
Yep, and our fixer, and he's like, "Didn't you know that Forrest actually speaks like 19 different languages?" The
Mm.
fixer was like, "Really?" I was like, "Nah, that's just how we edit the shows, so that when I'm sitting there talking to somebody who speaks a different language, it
So
looks
you
like I
don't
speak
know
every
any
language."
other languages?
Well, I know a little bit of Spanish, a little bit of Portuguese, but I've been learning a lot more with Babbel, which is pretty sweet. Yeah,
All right, I'm going to quiz you. What's the word for lobster in Espanol?
langosta.
All right, that is correct. That's the Babbel
That's
sound.
correct.
Peter has been using Babbel to learn German.
That's
I'm
right.
not sure why.
Ich heiße
Peter,
Peter.
what's the word for hippopotamus?
Nilford.
That is correct.
Good, very nice.
That's right.
I like this. This is good.
Look, it's great to learn new languages. It's real fun. Instead of paying hundreds of dollars for a private tutor, You could use Babbel's quick 10-minute lessons designed by over 150 language experts to help you start speaking a new language in as little as 3 weeks.
Geyser.
And by the way, we've got a heck of a deal for our listeners.
Sure do.
So here's a special limited time deal for our listeners only. To get you started right now, 55% off your Babbel subscription. That's crazy, but only for our brosteners and sisters at babbel.com/wildtimes. Get 55% off babbel.com/wildtimes, spelled BABBEL.com/wildtimes. Rules and restrictions may apply.
Hey guys, if you're enjoying, guys, if you like the Wild Times, check us out on Patreon. We put out 4 extra podcasts per month.
That's one commute a week that you're just going to be laughing and learning the whole time in the car. Hey, let me do something else. This is the late night content, the stuff that we can't show on YouTube because they'll kick us off YouTube.
It's the Cinemax of podcasts. Uncensored, raw dog. It's the Cinemax of podcasts. Check it out. Link right here.
Literally, I'm sure it's the same bear that's killed 90% of our chickens.
You guys-
Was sitting in the road up to my house.
Yes.
Just sitting in the middle of the road, and I like pulled up to him, and I have those super bright lights on my truck. Flipped on all my lights to try to get like an iPhone picture, and he just sat there and looked at
He
me,
flicked you off.
and then was like, and like got up and like lumbered off.
He's Yogi Bear. I mean, it's literally Yogi. Yogi
Zero
Bear should have
fucks
been a
given.
black bear.
Yeah.
I don't know why. He was brown.
Anyway, pretty
Dude,
cool. Wolves and bears coming back
Wolves
to
and bear
California.
news. You don't get a lot of wolf and bear news in one cycle.
Wolves coming back on their own for the first time in 150 years. Bears coming back for the first time in, what's
Good-
1922?
Good winter animals
100
too,
years.
by the way. Good
Yeah.
winter animals. Furry,
Yeah.
big.
Yeah.
Well, the bears are obese. A lot of fat on them. And wolves.
obese.
I just think of what was that movie with Liam Neeson with the wolves?
The gray.
Yeah, and he's like in the winter time in like snow, and these wolves are just fucking.
When he's
Yeah.
fighting them with a broken Coke bottle.
You ever
Smashes,
see
like,
the
Dude, that scene.
the wolf movie
Crazy.
where the people get stuck on the ski lift?
No,
No, but it sounds great.
that's the whole movie.
You see it, Kyle? Yeah, I can't remember what it's called. It could have been so good. I thought the movie was going to be amazing.
Yeah.
It sounds good.
But it jumps the shark. So basically, 3 idiots, 3 friends.
Yep.
Be like us three.
It's like a guy and 2 girls, and they what's it called? It's called Frozen, and they basically like convince the nerd who's working the chairlift. Like they get a flat tire, they get there late, and they're like, "Dude, like please just let us do 1 run to end the day." And the guy's like, "Yeah, sure." So he lets them get on, and then like someone comes over, is like they like switch.
Why is this on?
Yeah. They get stuck on the chairlift,
Right.
and it's going to be closed until the following weekend.
Yep.
So they're stuck. It's cold. I was like, this is great. It could have just been a psychological movie about like when do you jump, when do you
Yep.
not.
Yeah.
Yep.
But of course, in the middle of Act 2, a giant pack of wolves comes in and is just like circling
Surrounds
under
them.
them, waiting.
Yeah.
And then it becomes about wolves.
Well, I'll tell you, they had to add that probably because the actors are probably not great.
They're not.
I'm guessing they added that because it was a network note. They
It
sold
was a
the
studio
show.
note. Yeah.
Yeah, our studio note. They sold the show on this fantastic like psychological torment,
Yeah.
and it was like so good. And then some guy who was 23 years old, who was
Super
somebody's
coked
son,
up.
coked out of his brains, was
Yeah.
like, you know what would make this movie just so much better?
Yeah.
Like just like, oh my god, good.
Yeah.
You
Wolves
sound like
under
Graber.
the chairlift. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, he just came in and he was like, okay, so you start shooting next week? Awesome. Okay. What's the monster in the script?
Yeah. Yeah.
And they're like, well, the cold and the elements. He's
Right.
like, yeah, no, that's not a monster. Bears, wolves?
Dude,
Both.
you guys remember that movie Phone Booth? Now, that was a movie where there
Remember the
was,
title.
it was just a guy in a phone booth the
Yeah.
whole time, and somebody was like holding, or like had a scoped gun on him. And the whole movie was just talking to this guy in a phone booth on a phone. And you're like, this movie is damn good. I forget who the actor was.
Colin
but
Farrell.
Yeah,
Colin
A-list
Farrell, yeah.
actor. And you could do a movie like that in one set if you got a good actor. Not 3 doinks, no-name actors on a
Doinks.
ski
That
lift.
was a theme in the early 2000s. It was like stuck on a ship, stuck on an
Yeah.
island, stuck on a raft,
Snakes
stuck on
on
a
a plane.
stairlift, stuck on a plane.
Yeah.
That was like a whole theme. It was like one set. for
Dude,
the whole
it works
movie.
really well, man. When that submarine story came out that we talked about before, I was like, I was like hyperventilating, like, oh my God, this is like the scariest scenario I've ever, and it's real.
Yeah, you need amazing actors for that kind of movie, though.
For sure.
For sure.
For sure.
Dude, I watched a Liam Neeson film recently where he's on an airplane, the whole set.
Is it like Taken 6?
It maybe.
Taken 3D.
No, but it's I forget what it's called. It's called Airplane or something like that. But it's literally just him on an airplane and somebody on the plane's a terrorist and they're gonna blow up the plane and he has to figure out how. I watched this in my hotel room. And
it's a hotel room watch.
it's such
for
a
sure.
hotel room watch. Never ever would you pay for such a film. And minus the TBS commercials, it was a treat. Like it was
Nice.
really good. And the
Yeah.
whole thing is just him running up and down the aisles of a plane on his phone, being like, "Who is it? Who is it?" And you're like, "It's really good."
Dude, there's something about being in a hotel room or on an airplane where you'll watch utter crap and be locked on it and
There's
like
nothing else.
just like
Yeah.
zoom.
I haven't watched a movie on a plane since they've made it where there's so many choices.
It's too many. It's overwhelming.
Yeah,
I
like
always listen to a podcast.
when it
now.
used to be like there was a screen for every 10 rows.
Yep.
And they just would play a movie
They
and I
were
would
always
watch it every
watching
time.
Yeah, every
But
second.
now I'm like, there's 400 choices just under the letter A.
Yeah. Also,
Like, I
dude, attention span is so low, and they have the option of watching like The Office and like other bullshit on there.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm picking that. Like, committing to a whole movie on an airplane sounds like oh my, I can't do that.
I'm like, when I'm sitting on an airplane, I'm like, what is the most number of screens I can have in front of me active at one time?
Yeah.
Right. If I buy Wi-Fi
Yeah.
on my phone and my laptop and put a movie on this, then I
Don't
can
forget the
have all
iPad.
three. Huh?
Yep.
Don't forget the iPad.
Oh yeah, plus the iPad. And then I'm
Yeah.
scrolling here, I'm checking TikTok, I'm typing, I'm looking at the movie. I'm like, that's it. My attention is completely divided between all of these screens.
Dude,
Yeah.
by the way, have you guys flown United lately?
Unfortunately, all the time.
I think so.
Dude,
It's a disaster.
the fact that, so I don't know if you know about this. Have you flown United, Kyle?
Yep.
You have to, if you want to buy anything during
yeah.
your flight,
Yep.
you have to download the United app.
Yep. Install a credit card.
Install a credit
Yep.
card
Yep.
with that links to your seat number. It
Yep.
takes like it takes forever.
Huge
Yep.
ordeal.
Because by the time they announce it, I've forgotten.
Right.
By the time they announce it,
You
I'm
can't
on the
download
plane.
the
and
app.
it's
Also, the
I can't
Wi-Fi
even get
or
the app to download.
The internet on the plane doesn't work because everybody's using the same signal. It's like doo-doo-doo-doo. You can't do
Yeah, you
anything.
can't
It's
do it.
never worked.
So I
Let-
get on the I haven't been able to get a fucking beer on
No.
a United flight
No.
like my last 4 flights. It's the dumbest system
Yeah.
Dude,
in the world.
Sorry,
Every-
sir, you can't order your
Pretty
$36
much-
pretzel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
pretty much everything that came out of COVID that has remained is infuriating. That is one of the things. Everything's
All-
touchless. You
all
got a
of our
QR
children.
code at the restaurant. Like you got this touchless bullshit on United. And the thing that pisses me off the most.
I love when this
That's
happens.
insane that just happened.
He was fueled by anger and he lost his point.
It was actual blind rage.
All right, I got
this
it.
is the
Dude,
definition
no,
of blind rage.
Come on,
It blinded
this is the
his
one
thought.
that's going to be so relatable to everybody.
Kyle's losing it.
Dude, the inflation, quote unquote inflation, dude, literally just companies fucking. Do you know how much a McDonald's cheeseburger costs now?
$3.69.
I was $3.99 last I saw. Yeah, I'm like,
They
dude,
used to be 69 cents. Dude.
I remember. They're under
it's,
$1. Yeah.
it's out of control. And here's the thing, dude. I know for fact from anecdotal evidence that I've read on Reddit that there's price gouging going on. There's insiders in companies that are exposing on Reddit talking about how like, oh yeah, our manager, they just raised the price like 48%, even though our cost has actually only gone up 14%.
Dude.
This is every fucking company out there right now.
There's a term for it, and I'm blanking on what the term is, but
Greed.
that's a term. But the other thing that companies are doing is they'll sell the same product for the same price, but reduce their size.
It's
and
called
packaging.
shrinkflation.
shrinkflation. Yeah.
Shrinkflation.
It's
dude.
like every brand that I love
Yep.
is now a third the size that it used to be and the
Right.
same price. Like I'll go to the store and I'll pick it up and I'll be like, something's off here.
Yeah.
And I'll
Dude.
look and I'm like, it's the same exact price, and then I realize it's 12 ounces less.
Bought
or
bought
whatever.
hamburger buns the other day. 2 were missing, and I'm like,
Two were missing.
I'm like my wife was like, somebody
Shrinkflation,
took 2 of the buns out. They must have taken 2 of the buns out, and then I was like, look at the package. Nope, 4 count now instead of 6.
Yeah.
But
so
it costs the same price as
Same
the
price,
6 used
probably
to.
more.
Yeah,
Probably
think
more.
about it. If you're
Look
the
at that.
capitalist who's making this decision, you're just saying, is demand for my product elastic or inelastic, right?
Correct.
So if it's inelastic demand
Yep.
and people will just buy it, this type of cigarettes,
Right.
Yeah.
you raise the price. If you're like, people will simply choose another brand,
Right.
then you just have to shrink it
Just do
the
it
packaging
subtly.
looking the
Yep.
same.
But I mean, am I right? Is this not fucking infuriating to anybody else?
Shrinkflation's
It's
infuriating. to me.
infuriating.
Yeah.
Dude, let's start a movement. I don't know how. Comment or something.
Yeah, tell us how.
I'm furious.
All right. Well,
All right.
you know what? This.
There
Oh,
it
yeah.
is.
Yep.
It's time.
Yep. I still love playing with it.
The
Like a
butterfly
butterfly.
Leatherman.
What is it?
It's the Leatherman Arc, my favorite tool that Leatherman has ever put out. Made with magna-cut steel, got magnets in it, one-hand operable. Also, about the sharpest blade you've ever seen. I don't think I mentioned that before. Look. I'm
Put
not
that
even
thing
joking.
away.
Watch.
I see a hair.
See that?
You get those grays out.
Well, there's a lot of grays, but you could shave with it. It's so sharp.
Nice.
But as you guys know, we had a contest.
yes.
Yep.
Thank you to everyone who submitted.
Big,
We read the top 3
big success.
and people voted, and it was an unbelievably close vote.
Yeah, it was like by two votes.
Mere
There were
votes.
There were 3 stories.
Yeah.
First and last were only separated by 7 votes.
Yeah.
These are your
That is
outdoor
wild.
stories that you sent in. Thank you for all the submissions. Got hundreds. Much appreciate.
All right, so how do we announce the winner here? Because it's pretty exciting.
A drum roll.
Drum roll, please.
I think you got a drum roll on there. Come on, let's do it.
Let's go, Kyle.
Let's do it right.
go,
Never
Kyle.
mind. He'll never figure that out.
The
Let's go.
winner.
And the winner is... I don't have any voice. You do it.
Boy Scout.
Nope.
At DRBY underscore at Derby underscore who sent the Boy Scout camping
The Boy Scout
bear
camping?
face punch story.
So good. Recap it. You
Let's
wanna
recap.
reread
On a
it?
Boy Scout camp out, a kid was pretending to be a bear
Yeah.
Such a jerk.
by scaring campers from outside their tent. One night later in the week, he hears grunting outside his tent. Thinking it was the other kids getting revenge, he throws a wild punch and clocks an actual black bear in the face.
So good.
The bear knocked his tent down, but the kid was unscathed. I think he learned a lesson.
Yeah.
At DRBY, send us your contact info.
Get yourself a Leatherman Arc. Shipped new.
Not Forrest's, that's
Not
been in
mine.
his pocket. This freshie.
Hell yeah.
And thanks to the team at Leatherman for sponsoring the contest.
Yeah, this is a big hit. Everybody liked the giveaway.
Dude, we got hundreds
Yeah.
and hundreds of submissions. It was
Yeah.
incredible. Also,
Yeah.
just reading all the stories, so much stuff there to read. It was
Yeah,
great.
people having
reading all your
adventures.
stuff.
We have a
Yeah.
great, we have, the crew that listens and watches the show.
They're
Bunch of active
adventurous.
folks.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're adventurous. We're going to do more giveaways because this was a hit.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Thank you again,
Thank you.
Leatherman. If you want your own Leatherman Arc, just go to the Leatherman store. Link right here. You can just shop now.
Shop now.
Shop now.
Get yourself a Leatherman Arc.
And congrats, DRBY.
2 weeks till Christmas. You want to impress dad? You want to impress dad-in-law, future stepdad?
Yeah.
Give him one of these. There's no guy that you're not winning over with one
That's a
of these.
good. That's a good
At
call.
DRBY underscore, you can go ahead and email me at peter@thewildtimespodcast.com. Peter@thewildtimespodcast.com. Shoot an email over. Give me your deets. All right. So what else we got going on?
Edwin
Hey,
put
all right.
together a little game for us.
Love that.
Yeah, here we
guy.
go.
Love
You
that
wanna
guy.
do the game or the animal mystery?
Let's do the games.
Yeah.
All right.
Who's hosting?
I don't even know how to decipher this.
I'll host this.
Yeah.
game.
Let's
Okay,
let
Kyle's
Kyle
gonna host.
Host.
All
I
Just
or
sit
Kyle. I
back.
need put a little pep. I want you to have some
Yeah.
energy, high energy, like that coked up producer that they were talking about
Yeah.
earlier.
Okay, so we've all known the animal skull game, the
Yep.
appendages game, the sound game. Edwin has combined all of them into one ultimate
Woo!
crossover
Fast
game.
pace,
What's
baby.
it called?
Boom, boom, boom.
He's called it the ultimate crossover.
The ultimate crossover.
The ultimate
game.
crossover.
How's it work?
So I'm going to show you 5 different images. 4 images, 1 sound,
Okay.
all
wow.
clues, and you're just going to have to guess what the animal is.
All right.
Okay.
I love how Edwin has progressed with this.
I also like how Edwin put in parentheses for Kyle. Clues must be given in the order shown.
because
Exclamation
I
point.
said to him, I was like, yeah, some of them were too easy. And then I was like, those were way too hard last time.
Yep. So he's gone easy, hard, medium, and then easy, medium-ish, and hardish.
He's so
So-
good.
Yeah.
Peter's hardish right now.
Right,
I am.
correct. All
I
right.
got a
can
hard
tell
on
in
for
those
Edwin.
doer pants.
Here we go.
Dude,
Number
you can't
1.
see though because they're
Here
elastic.
we go.
Appendage 1.
Ah, it's a T-Rex.
Okay, it's a 3-toed scaled thing with big claws.
I know what it is. I'm gonna take a guess.
Go ahead.
This is a. Oh, come on. Not a Gila monster.
Komodo dragon.
Komodo dragon. Komodo dragon.
That's about where I'd go with it.
That's where I was going to.
Nope.
All right.
Moving on.
Damn. Good one, Edwin.
Ooh, that's an eye. It's a scary eye. I think
Definitely a scary eye.
T-Rex is sounding better to me now.
The pupil is literally the size
The
of
pupil's an anus.
Yeah.
The pupil is
A
an
baby
anus.
anus.
Tuatara is my guess.
No.
Nope.
That's-
Ooh. Did you see how Kyle smiled as if he got
Yeah,
it and
he
then went,
smirked.
no.
Yeah, he's real shitty.
All right.
All
Next.
right, next. Here we go.
Next.
This is sound.
All right. Oh, he's got to download it.
Boo, Kyle. Boo, Kyle.
Edwin, you're fired.
Here we go.
No.
I've got a guess.
That's Edwin just pretending to make a
Do it
car
one more
starting
time.
noise.
I know the sound. But it's not.
Turn it up again. Turn it up. Turn it up.
I mean, the fact that that's made by a creature of this earth is shocking.
Yeah, like not a man-made mechanical
Man, I'm
thing.
recognizing it, but I'm not recognizing it. Okay, it's not a cormorant.
Is that our last clue?
It's a
Two more clues.
no. It's
more
it's a fucking what's the one that chased you?
Cassowary?
Is it a cassowary?
It is not a castle.
No,
Shit.
hold on. It's a
Uh,
seabird.
is it a rooster?
Not a rooster.
Okay, I'm gonna guess. Shit.
Dead air.
Out of time.
No, hold on. All right, all right. I'm guessing it's a Galapagos penguin.
This is crazy.
No.
A
All right.
penguin? That was like a T-Rex
Not a
foot.
penguin. I
A
know.
All right, moving
Oh,
on.
I know what it is. I know what it is.
Hold on. Wait till one more
Okay.
picture and let us all
One more
guess.
picture.
I remembered
All
what it was.
Talking to the microphone.
Wait, am I guessing or are we going
Talking to
one
the
more?
microphone.
No, one more.
In
Next
In general.
Okay. Yep.
This
I
is
think I
its
got it.
skull.
This is its skull.
It is. It's a bird. You're right.
I know it's a bird, but I was
It's a
just trying to
bird with a
remember what it was.
lizard foot created in a lab.
And it's with a lab created eyeball.
All right, what's your guess? I don't know.
Magnificent frigate.
No.
I love that he's
no, he didn't-
wrong.
It's not a
2
frigate?
inches, by the way. 2 inches, by the way.
Oh, it's small.
Yeah, 2 inches.
This is an evil creature.
What's that irritating? What makes that? I've heard that sound before too. It's not a seagull.
I've never heard that.
Is it the
sound.
gangadung?
No.
Is it
Okay.
a brangorangorango?
Yes. No.
Is it a gull?
No.
All right, next one.
Jesus,
Next
that's
one.
The
tough.
last one.
Was this the easy one?
Yeah, it was a smart.
Oh, it is
easy.
a fucking penguin. I said it was a penguin. I just got the wrong kind of penguin.
Emperor penguin.
Emperor penguin.
Yeah!
We'll give you a quarter of a
Point
point.
for the big D.
I said the wrong kind of
Listen,
penguin.
but
That's
you're
what
the
a penguin
scientist.
foot looks like? Can you go back to the foot picture, Kyle? That's bananas
You know
crazy.
why I know this? Remember the fucking Ed Helms movie that we wanted to knock off?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And do our own
Yeah,
version?
Penguin, yeah.
Penguin. That's where I heard that sound a zillion times.
Dude, I had no idea penguin's foot was so dastardly.
Dude, he also, if you go
Exactly.
back to the foot again, he really, really did a good job on this by confusing us. That penguin foot should be in snow.
Had it
should
been
it
on
not?
snow, it would have
Yes,
given it away.
100%.
It's on a lichen-covered rock.
Nice
I
work,
knew it was
Edwin.
a
You fooled the
fucking penguin.
biologist. That's what we should name this game.
Fool the biologist.
Yeah.
All
Good
right.
job, Edwin.
All right,
Well done,
next.
Edwin.
1 point,
I
Patrick.
lose.
Oh, there's more of these?
There's 6.
All right, let's do at least
At
one
Three.
more.
least-
Let's do 3.
At least 2 more.
Okay.
Maybe
Minimum.
5 more.
Number 2.
Oh, this is an owl. Who?
No, that's a lion
That's a
face.
lion's eye.
Yeah. Is it an African lion, Kyle?
Let me double check.
It is. It's got to be.
It's
It's
an
gotta be.
African
He's always
No.
on the ball.
No.
When he
it's
says
not.
no.
Okay.
Except for this time.
Okay. I was also going lion straight away.
All right, here we go.
Okay, next. Here we go.
I'm still saying owl.
Oh, the
definitely an
skull
owl.
next 5.5 inches long.
Still
It's
definitely
got
a
some
predator.
big ass. Are those
5.5.
incisors? Is that what you call those big sharp
Canines?
ones? Canines.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna say this is some kind of primate.
you go back to the first pick real quick?
No.
Hmm.
Wait,
Any
primate?
guesses?
That's
So okay, go back to the skull. It's small, 5.5 inches.
Bobcat.
Nope.
That's a good guess.
You're right. Yeah, that is a good guess. Feline.
it's
No,
got a
not
small,
good enough. Not
rounded-
good enough for Kyle.
Wolverine.
All right, next.
Nope.
Nope.
Next,
go
next.
on. Go on. It's a cat. Oh, it's a caracal.
Correct.
Nice. Let's see the full picture.
Ooh,
Point for you. Point and a quarter for you.
That's a
Yep.
cool animal. Where are
Dude, look at
caracals
those
found?
ears, yeah.
Southern Africa.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's up with those ears?
They're little tufts.
Are they like radar? They're like very good hearing or something.
Great hearing.
Can I hear
little
it
ear
sound?
tufts.
I want to hear
Yeah.
what a caracal sounds
Oh
like.
yeah, for sure.
I bet it sounds like this.
That's okay.
Nope. It's coming.
It's coming. Jesus. Oh my
That's
God.
a cornered caracal. That's a very unhappy caracal.
Yeah.
That is bonkers. That's
How
terrifying.
big do these caracals get?
They're pretty big. They're like, I don't know. Kyle, look up the specifics. But
Look at those ears.
Large vocal cords, evidently. That sounded like a lion growl.
Yeah, 4 feet long, 40
Yeah.
pounds. That's a big cat.
Big cat.
Could
And
you,
The sound is disproportionately scary to the size of the beast.
dude, for sure. Could you take on a caracal?
No.
40 pounds? No.
No. Could you take on a house cat? Honestly.
No.
No. And everybody that listens to those pods is like, oh, dude, I'd beat up a fucking elephant with my bare hands. It's like,
Yeah.
you're an idiot.
Remember when we did like the Pew Research poll and it was
Yeah.
like 90% thought they could take on a lion?
How
Some
many?
shit.
All right. How many trained German shepherds versus one caracal?
1-on-1. I
One
think
on
German
one?
Shepherd would take a caracal down.
Okay.
How many
Okay.
trained non-trained Charlies versus a caracal?
Oh, like 150.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The caracal would just be just batting him
Yeah.
to
Look
death.
at how happy he
No,
is.
dude, those cats are so agile. All right. I
All
got
right,
one.
here we go.
Feeling good about that.
Beautiful.
Was that a hard? What was that?
I don't know.
Don't give him any frame of
Doesn't- it doesn't-
reference.
it
This
doesn't
is
matter.
Fool the
All right,
Biologist.
number 3.
Next
we're,
game.
we're starting with the sound.
All right. Starting with
Ooh,
the
love
sound.
this.
2 points if anyone gets this off the sound.
Nope.
What if Edwin threatens to kill me because I changed the rules? We anxious.
They're on a boat. Here's your first.
Oh, that's a hog, a warthog on a boat.
No, that noise is in the throat, not the nose.
Hippopotamus.
Ah, shit.
He says,
No.
Ooh, he said it so confidently.
No, it was. It didn't have the rest of the hippopotamus sound, but it
Okay.
sounded like the start of it.
All
okay,
right.
I got
I'm not.
nothing on
I'm
the
not going to
sound.
reserve. I'm not doing a guess yet.
I have, yeah.
Get some more
Trout?
information.
A trout. Is that a trout sound, Kyle?
That is not a trout sound.
Okay, the skull 5.5 inches long,
Jesus.
3 inches
Oh, I know what it is.
wide.
I know what it
Very
is.
strange looking animal.
Capybara.
No.
Damn it.
Dude, I
Uh,
love that these are fooling you.
Yeah, this is very hard.
What the boat? I'm disregarding the boat.
Yeah, maybe
I think,
disregard
dude,
the boat.
You can't listen to him. He doesn't know
I mean,
what
it
he's
was a
talking
I've
about.
boat.
got the most points.
Well, just one.
That's true.
Well, 1.25.
1.25 's true.
You got a quarter point.
No guess.
Moving on. Here we
Just-
go.
It's got a tooth on the back of the skull there.
What in the
God,
Jesus?
I need a little
So it's
bigger
got this
around
weird
the eye.
looking alien orange eye.
That's
with
like a reptile
vertical-
eye, right? That's a reptile
That
eye.
eye's hideous. No, it's not a reptile eye. No
How do you
way.
know?
It's just not.
It's got a lot of. It's got a lot of eye boogers.
Yeah. Okay, go back to
An
the last
amphibian
pick
eye?
real quick. What? A nutria? No,
Oh, that's a good
Not-
guess.
not though.
All right, next.
I'm not disregarding the boat sound. I'm living with that.
Yeah, that's why I went nutria.
Yeah.
What am I seeing here?
This is
Is that a penis? What is that?
Jesus.
that looks like your ex-girlfriend's
It's a hand that's very human looking,
Why's it
but
got two thumbs?
it's got 2 thumbs instead of. It's got 3 fingers and 2 thumbs.
I feel like I should know this based
Yes.
on this photo, and I don't.
Is
I
this
have no
is this
idea.
a
It's a primate.
This should
is
be
this
a,
a 3-toed sloth?
No, it's not a primate.
No.
this would be a dead giveaway for a real
That would
biologist.
be a 5-toed sloth.
but not for a broologist.
2 thumbs, 3
True.
3 toes.
I don't
Next.
know what it is.
Next
I
it
can't
is-
even.
Okay, I know what it is.
Ah, the
Off
fur
that?
gives it away.
It looks like a lamb now.
Yeah,
the
but I know
fur
what it is.
gives it away.
All right, what is it?
It's a koala bear.
Correct.
Oh my god!
Koalas make that sound?
Apparently.
Nice work, Forrest, on that.
Only once I saw the fur color, though.
Do you
And then
still
I sort of remembered what the hands of a koala
Can we
look
hear
like.
that sound again, Kyle?
So they must have been on a boat going by a eucalyptus
Must have
tree.
been. Because that's on a boat. Listen.
Or does-
I didn't know they're so piggy sounding.
I didn't
Very
either.
piggy sound.
Yeah.
I didn't know they could be so intimidating sound-wise.
Drop bear?
Well, they are a bear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Drop bear.
Deadly drop
By
bear.
Is
the
it-
way, with
it's a
those
drop
feet,
bear, mate.
imagine if that foot came down on your head.
Any
It starts-
Australian that watches that is going to be like, Forrest, an idiot. Like,
Oh,
how does
yeah.
he not know the 2 thumbs?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's okay.
It's okay.
It's
Um,
okay.
All right, 2 more.
All right, here we go. Next one. Number 4.
Forrest has 2.25. Starting with the skull, 20 inches long, 11 inches wide.
Swordfish.
Dolphin.
Nope.
What?
Porpoise.
No.
It's some type of.
Gray whale.
No.
It is
All right.
some type of. marine mammal.
19.6 inches long,
All right,
Oh, it's
next.
small.
11 inches
19.
wide, 9 inches high.
Next.
Pretty big.
The sound.
Comes the sound.
Here come the sound. Here come the sound.
19.
Pretty
you,
big.
You have no idea what you're doing.
Heard Peter make that in the bathroom.
That was a long one.
I
That's a
still think it's a marine mammal.
It is.
It's
for
a
sure. 100%
pilot
marine
whale.
mammal.
No.
Shit.
No, they're too round.
That's way too big too.
Jeez, that noise. Play the noise again, just quickly.
You farting.
Oh, stop.
He just likes it. He's goofing off. See, told you. He's a child.
Okay.
All right. Next.
It's
Well,
got a-
that helps.
It's a stunning eye.
That's a
I know what it is.
beautiful eye.
Beluga whale.
Correct.
It's a-
Yes.
Okay. So he just said it first.
Yeah. Were you gonna say that?
Yeah.
I'm giving that point to Pat.
That's fine.
No, I did know it. I did know it.
Because the
from
white
Yeah,
right around the
exactly.
eye. Yeah.
I'm gonna go half point each of you.
All right.
No.
There we go.
Alright.
There we go. It's fair.
I
taking
did
my
just
word
blurt
for
it
it.
out with zero hesitation.
No, but that's the rule. I mean, that is how the game works. I'm actually surprised their head's only 20 inches long.
I am too. And
Beautiful
look how
creature.
rounded their head looks, and
Yeah.
then the skull is so that's all just fat and tissue
Fat.
up there.
Uh, Is there a reason for that up there? Is that just a sexual thing?
I don't
or-
know. Have you ever
I
seen
feel like whenever there's not a reason, it's always just like a mating thing.
Yeah. Have you ever seen this is actually kind of cool. Can we dogleg for a second?
Yes,
course.
of course.
Have you ever seen it's not Vladimir, but it's like Vladimir. Kyle, look it up. HV, huh?
Yeah.
Do you know who I'm talking about? Check this
Well,
out.
nobody else
okay.
does.
None
I'm
of the
getting there.
300,000 listeners know.
I'm getting there. His name is like
Voldemir.
Vladimir. What is it?
Voldemort.
Voldemir. That's
Voldemir.
it. Voldemir, the male beluga. This is pretty cool.
what does he
he's a
do?
former spy whale that the Russians trained that
Nice.
escaped from the Russian military, and
They're gonna
then
kill him.
Defected.
They'll kill him.
they didn't kill him. He made it to Norway, but he loves people because he was a spy whale and he was trained. So this is what he does. He just hangs out in the fjords and stuff in Norway, comes up and plays with people, plays fetch with them.
Is Valdemir the one that was playing catch with the football?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
That is
yeah, that clip's
It's not
incredible.
It is Voldemir. Yeah, Voldemir. Yeah. Yeah,
Wow,
but it's an
dude.
amazing story. Russian spy beluga. Yeah. See all those?
Wait, so how do we know he's not over here spying
We don't.
or in Norway?
No, because he doesn't have
Because
the-
he's in Norway and there's nothing.
Yeah.
Maybe
Spy
they
on.
taught
This
him
is
how to
him, look.
speak.
Watch, he plays with a rugby ball here. So he's got watch
Oh
this.
my God!
They
look
throw
at
a rugby
this.
ball out to him and he goes and gets it and brings it back. He's
What?
just like he's this incredibly friendly, wild, well,
This
not
is
really wild,
amazing.
ex-spy whale.
Fascinating.
Yeah.
What a great story, man! What a great ending to, well, not even an ending, but a great way to
Look at this. How cool
live
is
your
this?
life.
I actually have a guy that I'm working with who, through no fault of his own, came into 20 full-size adult beluga whales,
What?
That's a
and he's trying to
massive
figure
statement.
out how to
Has he got any
get them where they need to be, what to do with them.
They're,
any
they're
ideas
in his
yet?
bathtub or
No, they're in
Where are they?
tanks.
yeah.
Yeah,
What are they in? Tanks?
yeah, giant aquarium.
Jesus.
Yeah,
Wow.
Wow. So what is he trying to do? Get him the different like
he just wants to
aquariums?
do whatever the right thing is because you can't really. Yeah, he's trying to find like homes for them or trying to figure out if if they can be put back into the wild and how to do it. It's not like his area of expertise.
You might not be able to say it, but I'm dying to know how he came across or how he got these.
Yeah, what can you share?
He acquired a an amusement park essentially that had an aquarium component,
Oh wow.
Okay.
and he's
Good on him,
Doesn't
man.
want to be in the whale business.
Yeah.
No, who would?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so yeah,
Good
So-
on him, man.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's a cool story.
Dude, maybe F can help out over here.
Dude, I can get him some permits to release some whales. No problem.
Dude.
Dude, it's funny.
I
I
know
was
strings to pull.
talking to this dude. He owns a bunch of amusement parks. And I was like, what's the biggest stressor when you just own amusement parks? Because it sounds so fun.
Yeah.
And he just goes, fucking Dippin' Dots. He's like, I got Dippin' Dots problems, dude.
Explain. You must say more.
So it's like, it's really expensive to get the Dippin' Dots there because of the way they have to be shipped.
right, because if one melts, the whole bag is congealed
You're
into a
fucked.
single dot.
And
yeah.
he's like, who do you think works the Dippin' Dot stands?
Lowbrow.
No.
I'm like, 20-year-old kids,
Yeah.
high school kids. He's like, correct. It's
Oh,
like, what happens at every park every summer? He's like, someone just leaves the door to the freezer, a crack
Yep,
open,
the whole thing.
and I got $40,000 worth of Dippin' Dots that I can't
Jeez.
sell at every park every summer. He's like, the
What a nightmare.
Biggest stressor in my life is Dippin'
That's
Dots.
hilarious.
That's literally why Dippin' Dots have, like, I've noticed they're less and less at places now.
Dude, if you had given me 10,000 guesses as to what's the biggest stressor at an amusement park, I wouldn't have guessed it.
Oh, I would assume it's people flying out of roller coasters.
Yeah, for sure. Puking on carnies, like, getting drunk.
People shitting on water slides.
Yes.
So many things.
I would have guessed beluga whales before Dippin' Dots. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
I love that the Dippin' Dots they are his biggest problem, even when he's got the beluga whale.
Oh, it's just
problem.
funny.
Imagine
like-
the guy who created Dippin' Dots, I just imagine him as like Dr. Evil, like, these will melt. And
Yeah,
you'll buy
and
more.
nobody will think of this until
Yeah.
it's too late.
Exactly.
Imagine, by the way, imagine you fucking shell out the $10 for the Dippin' Dots because your kid just needed to have it, and it's just congealed into a cake.
Furious.
Your day's ruined.
And then you order
Oh, yeah.
another one, they open that up, it's cake together, and then another, it's cake
Yeah.
together. The kid's apologizing. I'm
Data.
so sorry, I don't know what to do. You're like, well, I paid my $10.
Yeah.
I want my dip, and my kid's melting down.
my kid's day's ruined. I'm going to be
Yeah.
listening to this scream.
Yeah.
Well, now we know where the problem lies, not with the Dippin' Dots, but with the assholes with kids who want the Dippin' Dots.
Well, of course. It's supply and demand. That is the law of trade.
I've
right,
never had a Dippin' Dot.
I never have either.
What? Really?
Never
Never
tasted
had
it.
them.
Is it
I
good?
mean, they're good. Yeah, they're good, but
What's
it's
it
just
taste like?
it's
Kyle
a
just
novelty. It
nodded
tastes like ice cream.
ferociously.
Kyle
like
has a
it's the-
freezer full.
Like it's the best
Kyle,
tasting thing on the
What-
planet.
What's your insight on this?
They're great. It's kind of like the Pop Rocks of
Talk into the fucking mic.
It's the Pop Rocks of ice cream. So it's just like a weird texture, and
Do they taste like soft serve?
Yeah. Yeah. They have different
fuck with
flavors.
some.
They have like banana cream flavored, like sundae flavor, chocolate, like the whole thing.
I'll know
They
the
ta- they taste like two
I'm kinda getting
tiny.
hungry for Dippin'
Yeah.
Dots.
They taste like two tiny post vasectomy balls.
Which we will have in the Bahamas
together.
Next,
Not
All right,
next week.
What's up next?
Let's do this last one.
Yep.
Is that an
It's the
eyeball?
lion again.
I thought. Yeah, I was gonna say
Yeah.
we already saw this. Look at that
Uh,
eye.
well, this animal appears to be cross-eyed.
Maybe he's just looking forward.
I think-
Looking animal.
I think it's a cross-eyed Gemsbach.
that's not a real animal.
No.
I'm gonna guess
I-
it's a bear, brown bear.
No.
I'm gonna guess it's a forward staring flagel.
Yep,
No.
that's it. Peter got it.
A fraggle.
All right.
Oh my
got
god,
a
that's
tiny-
tiny.
Probably one of the cutest skulls I've ever seen.
Okay.
Look, so it's
Okay.
got. Oh, it's a naked mole rat.
Nope.
No.
Damn! Look at the teeth. Are you kidding me?
It's
3-striped squirrel.
Nope.
a 3-inch long head. This is a mouse lemur.
Ooh, good guess. Look at those teeth. It's clearly a rodent.
Oh,
let's hear
okay.
this
Well,
audio.
then I'm an asshole.
Here we go.
Let's hear this
Here
audio.
comes the audio.
Here come the audio. Here come the audio.
I thought he pre-clicked it, but
Nope, he never does.
oh, I know what it is. It's a rat blowing out a birthday cake.
Now, is he blowing out the cake or the candles?
He doesn't like frosting.
This is literally Edwin masturbating.
It's a
last night.
groundhog.
Groundhog? No.
Yeah.
No, I told you
oh,
it's
I know what
Edwin
it is.
masturbating.
Can I make a
That's
real
what it
guess?
sounds
Yeah.
like to me.
Prairie dog.
No.
Fuck.
Meerkat.
No.
We're just
It's just
going
everybody
with
keep
his
yelling
guess and then
out.
changing
Yeah.
it.
Well,
a
he's
little.
the scientist.
All right,
All right,
next.
next.
Pseudo.
Pseudoscientist.
I got it.
Do you really?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a porcupine.
No.
Porcupine.
What is
I
it?
was gonna say American porcupine.
Oh shit!
It's so good. Wait, hold on.
Oh, okay. Wait, I
Let's
think
look a
I
little
think I
bit more
do
here.
have it.
The quills aren't long enough. It's
not-
like,
that's
like a
'cause it's not
short-haired
quills.
porcupine.
That's the hair
Of
of binturong.
No.
Oh,
I love when he's
minus
wrong.
1 point.
it's so good.
All right.
I
It's so
should lose
good
a
when he's
point
wrong.
for every guess that I get wrong.
Forrest Beard.
No.
All right,
It
next.
does look a lot like there's more gray in my beard than
All
that.
right.
now.
Next.
Oh my
All right.
god.
I know
Oh.
what
Hold
it
on,
is.
hold on.
I
Is
know
it an
what it is.
eye?
Yes.
It is an
Good
eye.
job, Peter.
Oh!
Good
You have
job.
learned so much on
I
this
know.
show.
Aye!
What was the sound though? It was just like something thumping.
I had no idea that they just blew on things.
No. They're just
Weird.
constantly
What a
flabbergasted.
fucking. By the way, why is there like? So if I was gonna create a monster in a movie, or like a killer, a serial killer with a mask, this is what I would create right here.
Well, and that's,
the eye
that's
face.
one of the reasons they're like edging towards extinction because there's a Malagasy lore about them being the bringers
Oh,
of
evil.
death.
Yeah.
I
finger.
take that back. Now that's sad, dude.
Dude, did you know? Kyle,
They look
type
just
this
like.
in.
You know what they look like?
Extinct giant eye. This is a real thing.
No, get out of here.
If I'm lying, I'm
Of
dying.
course there is.
Giant
get it.
eye. There we go.
So this is what happened to these giant eye eyes.
Look at this fucking thing.
Yeah, it's like 3-4 times the size of the
Yeah.
current eye, which aren't that super small.
No, it's
Yeah.
yeah.
Go up to the one.
I want to say like every animal is
Up one more?
amazing and all
There.
that. These things are heinous.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
left.
In the coolest way
Of
possible.
course.
Dude, you know what they look like? Go to the
They're
one on the
scary.
right, the one that you had. Now Google Clint Howard. They look exactly like the celebrity actor Clint Howard.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Is he not an eye?
Go to the one with the beard, the very first picture.
Yeah, with the
Yeah.
hair. With the hair. Yeah.
That looks like an eye. That's insane.
It's the same photo.
That's
Well,
well, he was our biggest Patreon subscriber. He's
Yeah.
gone
he
now.
needs
yeah.
to help his
We love you,
brother in
Clint.
eyes out, man. He's king of the eyes. Throw him some money. Keep these guys from
Fucking
going
better
extinct.
not set foot in Madagascar. He'll be gone.
No, they'll bop him on the head immediately.
God damn.
By the way, I've seen this. So this eye photo is the one you see all the time.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
I never knew who took the photo. Now I do.
Who?
Simon Murgatroyd?
Simon Murgatroyd
Yeah.
Thanks, Simon.
is maybe the best name of all time.
Yeah.
Murgatroyd.
All right.
Heavens to Murgatroyd. That was on the Jetsons, wasn't there?
Yeah.
Heavens to Murgatroyd.
This has been fun.
Real
Good
fun.
pod.
Merry Christmas, everyone. We have another podcast. Monday is Christmas.
Right.
So I think we're going to release it on the Tuesday after Christmas.
Yeah, because you're not going to listen to a podcast on Christmas. Don't be silly. You got family things to do.
All right.
Here's a little
Unless
teaser.
you're lonely.
I think we may get together for this next one and wear Christmas PJs and have some eggnog.
We may not.
Yeah.
You'll never know unless you tune in.
Will
Yeah.
you be putting some makeup on those dents in your forehead?
He loves
Won't
bringing
let
up.
it go.
So I
He won't let it go.
So I investigated it. They're just very deep. It's very deep lines.
I have one. I have a permanent one.
yeah,
line across the
mine are very
forehead.
pronounced because
We can't all have perfect skin like you, all right?
I have the forehead.
But here's the
wrinkles.
thing, Peter. You've brought up the dents in my forehead twice now,
Yeah.
and here's what I'd like
Very
to say.
self-conscious about it.
I could fix these easily. I could just
Uh-huh.
get Botox and they
could.
would be gone.
Yep.
You can't fix the fat that you're overweight because
Did
you
you,
have no.
just say, did you just say you can't fix the fat that you're overweight?
It's
Yeah,
a Freudian
Marble
slip.
mouth.
if
like
I've
I
ever
can
heard one.
fix my problem.
night, everybody.
You can't
Good night, everybody.
because you have no self control.
If you want to know more about the podcast, Pat called me marble mouthed earlier, so let's see if I can get this
Yeah,
right.
do it.
Don't we do
Do
this
it.
in the mid roll? No, we don't do that anymore.
Can
do
you
we?
shut your butt? Fucking mid roll, like you know what's podcasting.
He doesn't even know what
is.
that means. You just want to say a podcast.
Go to
jargon.
wildtimes.club/info. We do 4 extra podcasts a month. That's 6 total podcasts. You can get that by subscribing on Spotify or going to the Patreon. That's wildtimes.club/info for all the links to the latest episodes. Just everything we do is at that link, wildtimes.club/info. Listen, I love you guys. Happy holidays. Fuck you, Pat.
And if you made it this far, just in the comments, just for Pat, type in forehead dent. That's all you have to do.
Forehead
Forehead
dent?
Yeah,
dent.
that's it.
It's
Forehead
Every
dent.
time I type the word forehead, I can't remember if there's an E.
There it is.
FORE.
I'm stoked about
HEAD.
this.
Yeah,
Forehead.
that's it.
Hey, high five for us.
That was
Forehead.
just for you, Peter.
Forehead
That was,
done.
that was my Christmas present to you.
I really appreciate it.
No problems here. Good night.
Good night.
Yeah.